How are you doing? This is Kollecting Kaos. We are live. And the timer that was supposed to start me caught me by surprise. Where is it? There it is. Hey, Radar. How are you doing, John? Good to see you both. Let me check on something real quick here. I want to make sure I got the right thing going on. Yeah, I showed up again an hour earlier. I think I like this time a little better. That way I can go to sleep earlier. Got a little tip for you before I get started on the auction on cleaning things. In particular, you get you buy a toy at a yard sale and it's still in the box, but the box is a little dirty. The plastic is a little dingy. Get yourself one of these. This is a soot and dirt sponge. It's used for paper, and I use it on paperback books, magazines. I use it on comics sometimes too, but it's great for taking the dust off of toys, the cardboard on toys, and you can use it on the plastic also. But I have another trick for the plastic, and they get it into all the nooks and crannies in the front and the back. As you can see, it takes off quite a bit. And for the plastic, everybody knows what this is. It's a magic eraser. Just run over it real lightly on the plastic, and you might have to run over it for a while to get anything off that, any gunk off of it. But that cleans up the plastic real nice too. So there you go. That's makes it look a whole lot nicer. I got a few of those. Got a few micro machines up there. How are you doing, Pearl Nady? Glad to see you. Always happy to have people stop in. One of my more recent finds. I haven't started working on it yet. I will be getting her some clothes and fixing the hair the way it's supposed to be. Getting this purple off the forehead before I offer it up for sale. That's a Shirley Temple doll from the 50s, made by Ideal. So that will be up for sale eventually. Probably stick that straight on eBay. That's probably where I'm going to get the most money for it. And of course, Dawn's army of Barbies is growing. Nick, how you doing? Didn't really expect you. I shipped your cards out this morning. Yeah, Nick paid me last night, and I went ahead and shipped his stuff this morning. You pay me fast, I ship fast. That's all there is to it. I am going to offer some comics. I just was waiting to see. Give you a little time. Give people a little time. I don't know how long it's going to be before this shows up on anybody's search. It darn sure didn't show up on mine. Oh, by the way, I used that. I used this when I went to clean this up a little bit because I didn't want to remove any of the patina. Patina is a fancy word of saying rust, and it worked really well. I mean, it's got a little gloss to it, a little shine to it now that wasn't there before. But I didn't lose anything on it. And that might be sold. I'm not sure. I have to wait until I get the message back on that one. I emailed somebody about it because I was thinking Harley bid on it last night or put in an offer on it last night. So I emailed him to ask him about that. And if he did, great. I'll sell it to him. And if he didn't, well, that's okay too. I don't have a problem with that. I kind of like it. Let everybody in chat get caught up. If you have any questions for me, let me know. Once I get a community tab, I am going to make a thread in there for people to trade, to facilitate trades. And that'll be just something you guys can do on your own through my channel if you like. We're going to go that way. Why not? Let you guys trade amongst yourselves if you want to, and give you a forum in which you can do that. And of course, if I read on there that this person is looking for this, I may announce that on my live stream on Thursdays. I might go over that. I don't know yet. We have to see how it goes. Next Saturday, I will not be having a live stream. I won't be available. I'm not going to be around. I can't do it. So I won't be there. Storage Bandits, good to see you. Glad you stopped in. Yeah, let's go ahead and throw up a couple of comics and see if anybody's interested in them. Campbell. Lots of people coming in tonight. That's good. I'm glad. I like you guys stopping in. Whether you buy anything or not doesn't matter, as long as you stop in and say hi. Enjoy the show, if there is a show. Go back and watch the beginning, because I gave some tips on cleaning some stuff. I will probably repeat that on my Cleaning with Chaos on Thursday before I start working on a comic, which only one person so far has put in what comic they thought I should work on. It, of course, is the most difficult one and the one that I kind of most want to do. So, yeah, hitting thumbs up is nice. If you're not subscribed, please do so. It's good for me. Get this channel off the ground and get it moving, and maybe I can get some more equipment one day, some better stuff. I need the fan running because I don't want to turn on the air conditioner because it's too loud. So might get a little background noise from that. Let's get started. I'm going to offer a couple of X-Men comments. If I can find the other one. There it is. That's what I want to offer. X-Men Wildcats Dark Age. This originally came out in the 90s. It was $4.50 when it came out. Marvel Comics Image crossover. And X-Men Annual number 3. Nice Storm cover. This was $2.95 when it came out in 1994. And you can get them both right now for $5. Whoever puts it in first, just put $5 in there. And not yet. I haven't found any more yet. I'm going to get a list of my Valiants and send it to you one day. So $5 can buy both of these. Whoever claims them first. $5 can take them both. And I'm still doing the $5, $10 thing, and I will give a discount to people that are in Canada. Not a big discount on shipping, but I'll do something for you. If you ordered from me last night, you don't have to worry about shipping. It's probably already covered, because I'll combine this with whatever you bought last night. Radar's in for $5. That takes it. That's how easy it's going to be tonight. I'm just going to pick a couple of comics. I'll let you know what I want for them, and we'll either auction it or we'll sell it outright. It's mostly going to be comics. I might throw one or two in once occasionally. Let's do. Yeah, let's do these. But I might have to go a little more than $5 on that. No, 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 not going to. X-Men Universe #1 and Uncanny X-Men 206. $5. I'm crazy enough. I'll do $5 to claim these. X-Men Universe and Uncanny X-Men 206. Make sure that you're in live chat. Make sure if you, I think everybody here I have an address for, but if you haven't ever bought from me before, please do fill out the form that's pinned to the top. If you change your address, please fill it out also. Uncanny X-Men 206, X-Men Universe #1, $5 to claim. You get both comics, one money. And of course, this is a wraparound cover. No, not tonight. I have a bunch of Moon Knight, but I don't know where they are. That's why I need to go through and sort my comics. I mean, I have the best Moon Knight comic, but that's never going up for sale because it's part of my Werewolf by Night collection. $5 to claim some X-Men. Nobody wants them. We'll put them back. How about? Let's see. How about some Captain America comics from 1979? Same deal. $5, you get both of them. This is issue 232 and 233. All right. Nice to see you. Glad you could stop in, Sword Bandits. Come on back anytime. Campbell's in for $5 on this one. I don't have my boxes set up tonight. Let's see, what do we got next? Yeah, this one, I'm not going to offer this one with something else. I'll do it for $5, but it's not going to be a two for this is a one time. Warcraft, Ohio, glad to see you, buddy. $5, you can take X-Men Annual #10. And this is from 1986. And it has, I think this might be the first, yeah, this is the first appearance of Longshot. So minor key for $5, can't go wrong with that. In really nice shape too. Campbell sent on that one too. Good catch. What else do we got? What else we got? What else we got? Can I do that? Yeah, will I do that? That's the question. Well, I'm not going to do them for $5. That's for sure. Because these are pretty nice copies. The cat number 2 and number 3. I can't do them for 5. I can't do them for 10, but I'll do them for 15. You get both of them. I'll do them for 15. And I was originally going to ask 15 a piece, but I'll do both of them for 15. Kind of a thank you for everybody that bid last night. I'm cutting the prices down on these. $15 will claim both cat number 2 and cat number 3. No, I took your breakfast and your lunch money, John. I can work out a payment plan if you need me to. $15 gets them both. I'll even leave them in the Mylar. And these are the thick Mylars too. See, I don't even have backing board on that. That's how thick those Mylars are. Cool. It's a Bronze Age. I think she died after a while. I lost track of her. I kind of know the story, but not really. But her first appearance was the cat number 1, and then so this is her second and third appearance. Then there was a 4th issue. There was 4 issues, and then she went to some other comics. Oh, there you go, Tigra. That's well. I don't think she became Tigra, but Tigra is the same species as her. They're like in the same clan or something like that. Oh, did he? Let me go back up and look because I'm looking at StreamYard. No, I show Campbell first, and then Warcraft. But if you want to let him get it, I can do that. Yeah, on StreamYard it shows Campbell came first, and then Warcraft. But Campbell, if you want to let Warcraft get it, I can do that. I don't have a problem with that. That's up. I'll leave that between the two of you. But I did show Campbell as coming in first on it. Yeah, what you see on yours doesn't always reflect what I see here. That's the thing. And I have to go by what I see on StreamYard. That's all right. I'm still looking for Derek Jeter cards for Warcraft every time I get a chance. I've gone through about 4 boxes so far. I know I've got them. I just have to remember what I did with them. And that'll make him all happy. I used to have a starting lineup Derek Jeter, but I think I sold it because I can't find that anywhere. There wouldn't be a fight. There would not be a fight at all because I would just email you and have, hey, I've got these. When do you want it and how much you're paying me for them? I'm not seeing anybody trying to take these, but I got to get at least 15 out of them, or I can't. All right, I'm not going to sell them. So we just stick those back up there, and they'll come down for a while. I'll throw up another X-Men or 2 or 3. We're going to do it. 3 X-Men. X-Men 2 by Jim Lee. X-Men 9, Jim Lee and Valentino. And Uncanny X-Men 196. I'll go $10 on these. Uncanny 196. X-Men 2. And X-Men 9. Ghost Rider and Wolverine squaring off. And I'll do $10 on these 3. This one's $10, $20 by itself. I figured you did. All right, $11, okay? $11 for these 3. $11. 11 is a prime number. He could bid on that. I'm going to stick them back. Now, before I go on, I was just thinking about it because I got asked a long time ago. It's been a long time. How do you clean cards? And the short answer is you don't. Because if you think comic people are anal about comics and cleaning them, no. Talk to Warcraft about cards. If they even suspect a card has been cleaned, you're out of there, buddy. They won't even talk to you. And you can't press a card. A card cannot be pressed flat. Because if you press a card, I have seen card dealers take a micrometer to a card and measure it to make sure that it is the right thickness. And if you press a card, you're going to compress the paper, and it is not going to be the right thickness. I'm telling you, they get crazy. So I imagine this maybe, if you had a little dust on it, maybe that. But in general, don't even try. Cards, don't even try to clean them. It's not worth it. You just get yourself a bad rap for even thinking about it. Now, having said that about cards, we'll make you a fantastic offer. I have 9 Series 3 Impel cards. These are the 1992 series, I think. Yes, 1992 series. I have the Beast, Jean Grey, Cyclops, Iceman, Professor X. Those are the original 4 X-Men plus Professor X. And Magneto, their worst villain. I have the Hulk, the Abomination, which to me is the ultimate villain for the Hulk, and She-Hulk. 9 cards. $5. I'll do $5 on it. I know I can get more for them, but I told you I got a great deal on it for you for these. If anybody likes these, $5. You get the X-Men. No, I think I like the Abomination because he's savage. He's more like the Hulk. The Leader is more an anti-Hulk. I mean, I could put the Leader in there instead if I have one. I'm sure I do. But the Leader they showed is the one with the huge head, and it just looks stupid. And you're getting She-Hulk. You're getting She-Hulk and Jean Grey. What more can you ask for, you know? No interest on these? I can make it sweeter. I have Series 2 cards. And with this, I have the Fantastic Four, Super Skrull, and Doctor Doom. And on the bottom, I just have 3 random cards. You know, nobody important. Just the Punisher, Adam Warlock, and Silver Sable. You know, Silver Sable was supposed to be in a movie at one time. Her and Black Cat, I think, were supposed to be in a movie together. And it just got lost in the annals of time somewhere. I'll do $10 for both of them. 9 Series 2 cards and 9 Series 1 cards. Or Series 3 cards. This one, if you can identify this figure, I will give you one for free. I've got like 6 of them. I have no idea who it is. It looks a little like Steve Martin, but it isn't. I'm thinking it's a golfer. And he's not really an action because he's got the little thing in the back. He's not really an action figure. He's static. It's more like a little statue. His 1 point or 2 points of articulation. One in his head moves side to side so he can says no, and then he can lift his arms up and down. And that's it. Those are his. It's not a Ken. It's a cheap. To me, it looks like something that might be a prize at a fair. $9.4 is good. So I have no idea who this is. If anybody can identify it for me, I will send them one for free. I'll even pay the shipping on it. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, if you can figure it out, I'll give you one. I got about 6 of them. I don't have a problem with that. I've researched it until my shirt turned blue. I've researched it so much. It used to be brown, now it's blue. Anyway, I was talking $10 for the 2 of these, but I'm gonna go one step further. Now I'm gonna pull out the big money. You see, this is 9 Series 1 cards. And we've got Power Man, Dazzler, Doctor Strange, the High Evolutionary, Kingpin, Nomad, X-Men #1, Amazing Fantasy 15, and of course, my favorite, Black Cat. My favorite villain. That's $15 all day, just by himself. But I'll do 15 for all three. You get 27 cards. Yeah, 27 cards. 9 Series 1, 9 Series 2, and 9 Series 3. $15. And most importantly, you get a Black Cat. You get an Invisible Woman. Somewhere, right there. A Sue Storm. You get a Silver Saber. You get Dazzler. And of course, you get She-Hulk and Jean Grey. So $15, and you can take all three of these. I don't blame you for sending it in and getting it autographed. The slab is just icing on the cake. The CBCS, I mean, I like them better than I do CGC, to be honest with you. I actually have a membership to CBCS. I've never sent them anything, but I have a membership. And I've been a member since they were created. So I'm kind of legacy, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, but the cat wouldn't sell, so I didn't sell it. Horizon Picks, good to see you, buddy. I half expected you to show up in here. And if you do, that's fine. And if you don't, that's okay too. Looks like nobody's interested in the cards. That's a one-time offer, because the next time I offer them, they're going to be more than what I just said. $15, 27 cards. Series 1, Series 2, Series 3. Let's do some cheap stuff. What do I got here? I got RWBY Ruby, #1. Backed by Warlord 71. I understand, buddy. I had a feeling that was the way it was going to be. Warlord 56 and 57. 4 comics, $5. 4 comics, $5. Nice cover on that Warlord, by the way. Four comics, $5. 3 Warlords and a Ruby. I guess you'd pronounce that Ruby, RWBY. Based on the hit animated series that I never heard of before. Because I don't watch TV. Doesn't look like there's any interest in that either. Could do some Spider-Man. Yeah, let's do some Spider-Man. We've got Sensational Spider-Man 32. Sensational Spider-Man 31. God, I hope I have copies of these next two. Sensational Spider-Man 29. And 28. I'll do $10 for all four. 28, 29, 30, and 31. Or no. 29, 30, 31, and 32. $10. 4 comics. I hope I'm not making a mistake. Nope. No interest. Let's just chat then, because I guess most everybody spent all their money already. Let me know what you're interested, what you're looking for, and I'll make some notes and try to have them for next Friday or Saturday. Well, no, Saturday I won't have an auction next Saturday. I won't be doing it Saturday next week because I won't be at home. Going to be hard to do anything if I'm not here. Obviously, I know Campo is looking for Valiant, and I probably have a half a long box full of Valiants at least. I just have to find them. Well, you're about bought out then, Frank. Okay, I don't know if I have those or not. Graphic Man is looking for King Conan 9, 11, 12, and 13. Those aren't real expensive books. If you have them and you're willing to make a trade with him, please reach out to him. In the meantime, I'll check and see if I have any. Like I said, if you know that you've got them, reach out to him. We'll just turn this into a facilitation for trading if we have to. I mean, I'm good with that. Frank might actually have. So, Frank, do you have any of the King Conans that he's looking for? I know you've got some Bronze Age stuff. I'm sure I have some King Conan, but I don't know what I've got. I probably only have like the first 5 or 8 or something like that. Maybe the first 10. Well, the King Conan were comic sized. Savage Sword is magazine side. I have almost all of those. John Miller. I'll take a look into that, and if I see that's it, I'll send you one. Well, the other thing, radar, not just if you're collecting it, but if you have doubles, that's you don't want to send them your only copies. You want to send them doubles if possible, or work out something. Now, if you do work out a trade with Radar, he is in Canada. The shipping is a little more expensive. He's usually willing to help you out with that. But then again, it cost him more to ship to us too, so it balances out. It all works out to about the same. There you go. Just reach out to him, or reach out to me, and I'll get in touch with him somehow. We'll try to find whatever you're looking for. As long as it's, I mean, don't ask for Hulk 181. Don't ask for Amazing Spider-Man 129. Don't ask for the cute big keys. Let's talk smaller comics and see if we're looking for smaller ones. You know, I think I used to have one or two of them. I'll have to go through my tubs of action figures and see what I've got. I've got like 15 or 20 tubs of action figures. I don't know if I have any Mortal Kombat. I know I used to have one. But, I'll have to see. You know, they had a Mortal Kombat comic book for a while too. I have so much crap. I just have. I have rooms full of stuff. Literally, whole rooms full of things. I'll keep my eyes open for that. I'm pretty sure I have some of those too. So, a Huntress #1. Which one? Which Huntress #1? What year? There have been several Huntress #1s. So I think that one came out in what, 88, 89, something like that. Here, I can find out pretty quick. April 1989. I know I have one. I don't know if I have two of them or not. I'll have to see. I wrote it down on my list. So next Friday, I have to make sure I have Valiant's, King Conan, Mortal Kombat, and Huntress comics, huh? Just joking, but if I have them, you know. I generally only get rid of DC comics if they're doubles or if it's something I just have no interest in collecting. But I'll see if I have a number one. I might. And carded Hot Wheels that Radar doesn't have. Which I don't even know if that's possible. I might have to reach way back in time to get that. I know I have some Johnny Lightnings, but I don't know if I want to sell my case of Johnny Lightning or not. DC Ghostly Tales. Good luck on that. I don't generally, I mean, those horror books that DC put out in the 70s, I don't like to get rid of them. And Ghostly Tales, I thought that was Carlton. Yeah, Charlton did Ghostly Tales. DC did Ghosts. Yeah, but I have an unopened case of the Frightening Lightnings. Still has the paper in between the. I take it back. The case has been opened because I opened it to count to make sure they were all there. But that's it. That's all I did. I didn't pull any of them out of there. It's still got the tissue paper between the cars. But Ghostly Tales, I'm 99% sure is Charlton, and it started in I want to say the late 60s, mid to late 60s. It went through until Charlton shut down in the 70s. Well, no, they did one-offs. Charlton, all of their stories are one-off stories, just like DC did in the. If you read DC comics in the 60s, you don't have continuing arcs. You read a story and it's done, and you get the next issue and it's a different story. It wasn't until the early 70s that DC started even paying attention to any kind of continuity. Yeah, Dell had ghost stories also. I have ghost stories from Dell. I have some of the Ghostly Tales. I have some of the ghosts. I have all that stuff. I don't have all of them, but I have some of all of them. I love that stuff. But yeah, Charlton, they didn't care about that. It was just doing it. I have some of the Hot Wheels Charltons. Yeah. Aqua Fresh. Yeah. John, you're a little bit like me. You got some pretty much everything. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Can't get enough of them. Uh, and Ghostly Haunts. I think that was another Charlton. And the Many Ghosts of Dr. Graves. And of course, then there was the Witching Hour, and yeah, a lot of good stuff. I know when I had my job. Matter of fact, any of my jobs, when people would ask me what kind of comics I collected, I'd say yes. I wouldn't tell them what kind. I'd just say yes, because I collect pretty much anything, whatever catches my eye. I'm one of those collectors that, yeah, if I like it, I'll buy it. Yeah. You collect comics? Yes. What kind? Yes. Huh? Well, you need to sell a few of them to help pay for some of the stuff you keep buying. It's gold key, so of course I do. It isn't, might be, it was Space Family Robinson, because they couldn't get the licensing to do Lost in Space. And I believe those were gold key also, but they couldn't get the licensing, so they just did basically the same thing and called it Space Family Robinson. Yeah, I try to do that. Sad part is it's that time of the year where I usually buy a big something big. So we'll see what I get this year. Last year it was Tarzan #1. Don't know what I'm going to get this year, but I'll buy something big this year. I always buy something big in the spring. It's like my birthday present to myself. That's a Space Ghost and cheap copy. That's a contradiction in terms. No, Lost in Space came first. Space Family Robinson came later. Not yet. Not yet, Michael. Not until you use the credit you have. I have some Space Ghost. It's not the first appearance, but it's a comic. It's Space Ghost #1. I have 2 or 3 or 4 copies laying around somewhere. Can I put them in here? Yeah, that's what I have time to get. That's my Zorro comics. What else is in there? Let's see what I have here. Nothing important. Just an old comic from 1938, 1942, and 1945, 1947. A little bit of Golden Age stuff. Nothing important. One of my favorite covers of all time. And it isn't even Superman. I had it down here. Probably don't. Lady Rawhide, so coverless comics. No, I'll have to look for them. I've got them somewhere. Yeah, I'll look. I know I've got some. Let me write it down. Yeah, pretty much everybody likes Space Ghost though. So if I find one and put it up here, I can probably sell it next week, even if it's not one that you're looking for, Kyle. Yeah, Action One is risen a little out of my price range. I was able to afford it a couple of times, had it in my hands and changed my mind, and I probably shouldn't regret it. But now it's just a tiny bit out of my price range. I have held Action Comics #1, different copies, at least 6 times during my life. Detective 27, I've only held that one time. Yeah, I've been collecting a long, long time. I've never held a copy of Sensation #1, though, which is the first Wonder Woman. That she's in her own book. Yes, I have Warp Radar. I collect PC comics. Of course, I have Warp. I have all of the Warp. Am I selling them? No, not unless I have doubles. Yeah, yeah, that's the bad part. She asked me why I didn't do it. But the comic I've never held and never actually have seen in real life. I mean, of course, I've seen pictures of it. And the one comic I want more than even Action Comics #1 is Superman #1. I've never even seen a copy in real life. So to me, that's even more rare. Yes, I am both warped and I have all of the issues of Warp. It's not. It's a good story, but it's not my favorite. My favorite is still the negotiation I did with the guy for Amazing Spider-Man #1, and we went back and forth for weeks because he wanted $15, which was an ungodly, unreasonable amount of money for the condition it was in back in the 70s. In the early 70s, I think it was like 70 or 71, maybe 72. And finally I said, hey, look, I'll give you $15, but you got to throw in this issue number 15 too. And he said yes. So I got Amazing Fantasy 15 and Spider-Man #1 for $15. Sold them about 3 or 4 years later for $90 a piece. Which people go, you were stupid. You should have kept them. Yeah. In 3 or 4 years, going from $7.50 to $90 is a huge profit. So I have no regrets about selling them. The only the only Marvels that I regret selling is Hulk 1 through 6. I kind of wish I still had those. Even the Daredevils, my run of Daredevil that went up to like number 170, I don't regret getting rid of them. I don't regret selling them, even though I'm going back and trying to collect them again. Because, it was just a thing. But the Hulk 1 through 6, yeah, I've always regretted selling those. I regretted it about 2 days after I sold them, and I've regretted it ever since. So if you think you might regret, don't sell it. Don't offer it up if you're not willing to part with it, or if you think you might regret parting with it. So I regret selling that. I'm sorry that I sold my Action 17, but I did have to make a rent payment, and I got enough money to pay my rent for it. And my rent was higher then than it is now, of course, but I can't regret it because it helped us out. I paid my rent for 2 months. Okay. Don't care about Apple. I had a chance to buy 1,000 shares of Marvel at 10 cents a share, and my wife told me no. And she regrets that. Because if I had about 1,000 shares of Marvel at 10 cents a share back when it was basically bankrupt, right now I would own 1,000 shares of Disney. Or more, because I think Marvel has split several times since then. I'd either own 1,000 shares of Disney or Disney would have bought me out, one of the two. Either way, I'd have money. I do know a guy that bought Walmart stock when it became available. He bought 100 shares of Walmart stock when it first went on the market, and he's doing quite well for himself now. Yeah, why not? But that's like all investments in new comics. It's iffy. It might get big. It might not. It might take you years to recoup your investment. You just never know. It's a gamble. You take a gamble on anything. Sometimes you gamble and win, and sometimes you gamble and lose. I tend to be a little safer, so I buy older stuff and sit on it because I know I'm going to make money off of that. A lot of the stuff that I have from the 90s that I sell cheap, I've had that stuff for 25 years. And I hope you make money off of it, Kyle. I really do. I hope you do great on it. But man-made collectibles. I have a statue. They only made 666 of them, or something like that. Real low number. It's worth less now than what it was when it first came out. You'd be hard pressed to get $2,000 out of it now. I tell you what, next Friday, I'll have that statue sitting right here. Look for it. I hope it keeps going up. I don't have faith in new comics, though, as far as their continued value. Everything goes in cycles. I mean, I buy new comics sometimes because I like the cover. But if it goes up, that's great. And if it doesn't go up, well, that's okay too, because I like it. I don't buy things I don't like, not new stuff. I don't buy anything new that I don't like. I don't buy new stuff for investment. I buy new stuff because I like it or because I'm curious about the story. Yeah, you're only up when you sell something. That's the only time you make money is when you sell it. If you don't sell it, it's not worth anything until you sell it. Well, I mean, you can have an insurance value placed on it. That way, if anything, and by all means, if you've got stuff like that in a closet, make sure it's insured so that you have some type of protection on it if something should happen, flood, earthquake, tornado, hurricane, whatever. We live in a chaotic world, and let's face it, well, Mother Earth is trying to kill us all off, and we just got to keep hanging on the best we can. And if she can destroy our livelihood and destroy what we own, she'll do it in a heartbeat. You shouldn't think twice about it. So make sure it's insured. But I've seen so many comics that I've seen so many comics that just skyrocket in value, and then a year later you can buy. People are begging people to take them from them. You can buy them on eBay for like pennies on the dollar. And some of that's panic. I bought a lot of comics that went way up and way fast, and I just went, no, I ain't paying the high prices for it. 2-3 years later, I pick it up for 50 cents to $1, or maybe $2, or maybe it's in a lot of comics that I buy, for 25 cents a piece. Well, that's short. 3 years is short term. Long term, and what I think Kyle's looking at is 10 to 15 years, maybe 20 years down the road. I tried to buy 10 copies of Harbinger #1. I ended up with 2. I sent away to get the special thing. So one of them didn't have a coupon in it, and one of them did. I sold them. See, the one that didn't have the coupon, I think I got $254 in 1997. 1996, 1997, something like that, or it might have been 1995. And the other one I got 3 something for, and I dumped them because I knew those prices weren't going to sustain, and I was right. Uh, a year later, I could have bought them back for $10 a piece, and I should have, and I didn't. But and there's a lot of the Valiants you can still pick up Valiants reasonably cheap. The only Valiant comic I'm collecting is Harbinger. I want to get a run of that. The rest of them I don't care about. I mean, I liked EXO, but you know, I liked Rune. Well, no, Rune was it? Rune was Ultraverse, which is a whole different story we won't talk about. But yeah, I liked the Valiant comics. I liked them a lot. But after a while, once the original creative team left, the stories got bad. I am on the prowl to get a copy of Turok #1. That is Turok Son of Stone, not Turok Dinosaur. Maybe that's what I'll get myself this year for my birthday. Is a Turok 1. Turok Son of Stone #1. I'd like to get like an 8 or better copy of that. Don't want it graded, just want it. Want to read it. I've never read that comic. I've read a lot of them, but I haven't read #1. Or I could work on my Tarzan collection a little more. I'm still missing some of the Dell issues. Not many of them, but I am still missing some of them. Well, I think I'm going to get off of here. It's been great chatting with all of you, and sometimes the auction doesn't work out, and we just chat. It's just the way it is. I've got a list. I'm going to have to use a bigger piece of paper next time. I'll see what I can find over the coming week to see if I have any of this stuff. And yeah. If I find those particular issues, Graphic Man, I will reach out to you. And of course, Kyle, I'm going to see what I can find on the Valiants, and I'll send you a list as soon as I can find it. It won't be the first time I've made a list of my Valiants, but this one will have more in it than the last one did because I'm going to go through and be sorting comics this week. So there's no auction next Friday. I don't think there'll be a Friday morning show. There might be, depends on how far I get on Thursday's show. I'm not doing Mondays anymore, so I'll be on again on Tuesday with my Tuesday's Treasures. Don't know what I'm going to show on that. Probably some old stuff I found as I'm sorting tomorrow. So my plan tomorrow morning or tomorrow is invoice everybody, sort comics, take a little break, watch Kayla, then go back and sort some more comics. And then Monday, I'm going to sort comics and make a video. Tuesday, I'm going to make a video and sort comics. And Wednesday, I'm going to make a video and sort comics. And Thursday, of course, I'll do I'll drop that video and I'll do my live stream. And then Friday, I'll be on auction. And Saturday, I will not be at my house. Like I said, remember, get yourself some of these. These are great. This is the dirt and soot removing sponge. Don't get it wet. There's no reason to get it wet. Use that to clean the cardboard backs on your toys or your paperback books. You can use it on comics. Be careful on comics as it tends to grab it. And I'd hate to have you rip the comic. But like I said, on paperbacks, tin toys. It works great on those. This, don't use this on comics. It'll take the ink off, because if you press it all, it'll take off the ink, and it'll take the gloss off, which is worse. But it's good for clearing up the plastic on the action figures. So there you go. No. Sorting comics is easy. A, B, C, D, E, or Marvel, DC, Dell, Gold Key, or gold, silver, bronze, copper. There's different. Everybody sorts comics different. Like I have a section that's nothing but DC comics, and I have another section that's nothing but Wonder Woman comics. Well, Wonder Woman is DC, but I have those separate. I have my Green Lantern separate. I have my Superman separate. But in my Superman section, I have Superman, Action Comics, Adventure Comics, Supergirl, Superboy, Jimmy Olsen, or Lois Lane, just anything that had Superman in it, basically. Any World's Finest that I want to keep, I put in there, which there aren't very many. I generally sell the World's Finest. I don't care about those. So, but if enough people ask for on how I sort comics, I will do a video on it. But lots of people going to have to ask for that one, not just one. So yeah, we'll see you. You'll see me on Tuesday. I won't see you unless I decide to go live, in which case, I'll throw it in Instagram that I'm going live. And make sure before you handle your comics, you wash your hands. It's good for your comics, good for your health. And as someone pointed out earlier, Michael pointed out earlier, it's good for the planet. You know why it's good for the planet? I have no idea. It puts a bunch of dirt into the planet. So how can that be good? See you later. Take care. Everybody, have a wonderful weekend. What's left of it. And let's do this. Check out my Patreon. You can get a discount on shipping.